Oh, hang on, I've got a microphone on. What the hell am I doing? What would happen is the gondola would keep on going when you hit pause, and so you'd fall out the back of it, which was incredibly aggravating. So, what I did in the end was implement an overall pause where it would just stop. But the thing is, as you've seen yourself, that's pretty darn jarring. So I'm trying to fix that at the minute. But what will probably happen is that means I'll have to probably make it so you can't pause inside of the gondola. Because it was, originally you were on the ship, and if you pressed pause you fell off the ship because of the same problem. The blueprint moves, you weren't, it's damn crazy, unfortunately. Blueprints are incredibly awkward. So that's why it ended up that way. However, I have got more than a few errors on this that I need to resolve, unfortunately. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me or not, actually. Oh, well, hang on, of course you can hear me. I'm being stupid. You could hear the birds, and I have the microphone on. Yeah, sorry, man. It's not that, it's because the way the pause is working is it's literally pausing everything, so everything stops. It's like stopping the tick process. It was pretty much the wrong way of doing it. I shouldn't have really done it that way. So now I need to bug fix what I was doing at the time, which is pain in the backside, to be quite honest. I mean, you know me, I never used to be a coder, so this is a whole world of exciting new things that I've got to do now. But fingers crossed I can make it work. Look at me putting on hand cream, man. What is going on with me? Oh, it does smell nice though. So yeah, what I'm going to do is basically rework the pause system so that instead of pausing. Hey, cheers, man. Much appreciated. It's my first real qualification in 20 goddamn years. Holy shit, I mean, I'm 49, I'm not. Who'd have thought such a thing, man? I mean, when you were helping me with, like, the APU tutorial, that was, what, 17 years ago? 16 years ago? Shit. So, like, I was determined that, like, I'd try and learn some new skills, though. Well, I'm not qualified really for much. I never qualified as like a 3D artist or anything like that. So it's like mad crazy for me. Holy shit, man. God, I remember you went to go and see that Slipknot concert, didn't you? I saw Joey Jordison play, when he was playing with, Christ, what's the name of that band again? Yeah, he was playing with Rob Zombie's band, and damn, he was a good drummer. Like, absolutely astounding. They actually had his drum kit that went onto its side with the giant pentagram on, and it was incredible. That was probably one of the most impressive concerts I've seen. Now, where the oh yeah, man, absolutely. It was a damn shame. He was only, what? He was a young guy still. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Hell of a concert. I got to see Slipknot play locally up here about 3 years ago. But Amanda at the time wasn't very well, so had a bit of agoraphobia going on, and so we swapped our seat for one of the side seats. Oh yeah, he was. He was like 3 or 4 years younger than me. But we swapped for the side seats, and it was great because like, we were literally right on the edge of the stage, and so the band were coming out and doing all their stuff and looking amazing, and then you'd see like Corey nipped behind the stage and someone had given him like a drink with a straw in so he could drink it to his mask while he was having a break in between while the drum solos were on or stuff. It was they all kept nipping behind the stage so the PAs could give them like drinks with straws. It was great. Right, now there is a bug that I've got to fix before I can get anywhere with this, man. Yeah, that latest news was savage. I mean, he's one of the biggest like losses to drumming. I know he was really pretty ill. He hadn't been able to drum as much, but oh Christ, yeah, I bet it was. I bet it was just out of this world, man. I mean, I've seen videos of the drummer with that roller coaster drum kit from not Skid Row, Motley Crue, and that looks insane. But oh, dude, help yourself to the swear jar and a good toss. You know me, I'll swear like bullshit anyway. I have got an error, so if I go to my lip mode, and the error I have is that if I press play, you see, they're here. Ah, I don't know. They'll ban me if it's not, I don't care. What are they going to do? I'm 49, I don't care anymore. I'm surprised I'm still alive. There we go. Tell you what, if I hadn't stopped drinking though, that would have been, I would never have got this done. Christ. I didn't realise I was hitting the bottle quite so hard at the time. Right, let's have a look. So, these guys are all appearing. Okay, which is what they're supposed to be. But something is triggering the, oh shit son, I know what it is. I think. This is aggravating though, because the bug that's appearing on this is not appearing properly in the build. I'm not sure why. Right, so there's some of the issues there, I think. Oh yeah, I remember. Well, to be honest, I mean, Unity was a good option back then, because with Unreal Engine it used to cost money. You know, when they first weren't sure about what it was they were doing with UE, it was always going to be a case that it cost money and a monthly subscription. And Unity was, you know, a great piece of software. The problem is that I just couldn't get used to the interface on it, you know? I mean, you know what I'm like, I've got no fucking imagination. So, I was playing on, I mean, that's why I used 3ds Max, and I really should have dumped 3ds Max years ago, you know, like 20 goddamn years ago. But I couldn't get used to the interface on Maya, and it was the same with Unity. I can kind of chomp through it, but it was just, I just couldn't get used to it, you know? And so, I don't know, it's a tricky one for me. I mean, I would have liked to have had the patience to learn Unity, but I think at the time, I was just kind of dicking around as much as anything with what I was doing, you know. I didn't really think seriously I'd get anywhere. Well, I remember kind of a few years ago with when 3D Palace was actually still a thing and not just like a wreck floating in the sea, that I'd had this idea that I think I was working with Dark Transfer at the time, and he wanted to make like a version of Wipeout for Unreal Engine, and I was like, yeah, that sounds easy. And of course that was back when it was Unreal Engine 3 and none of us knew how to do C++. Okay, you know what my skills in coding are like, they're non-existent. And so the project got as far as making a few props and then fell apart. You know, I'm pretty sure I've still got the files for it somewhere even. But I mean, look at this, right? You'll be impressed with this, Arnold, right? Watch where my mouse is going, up here. Source control. Submit to source control. Hey, look at that. I'm 49, I'm finally using source control. Because I was like, why would I need source control? What possible use could source control be to me? I'm just a solo developer. And I've deleted the wrong files and destroyed my project about 7 times. And since then I've realised that, yeah, GitHub is actually really incredibly useful. Oh my god, yeah. Like, GitHub is the daddy. I love GitHub. And it was so easy to install. I thought, oh, I'll have to install it and I'll have to do all these technical things and stuff. And it was like literally a case of following a guide for 5 minutes, which was great. Okay, so if I save current, and yeah, man, it's amazing. It really is. Plus, I mean, the new Unreal Engine, you can have multiple people working on the same level at the same time, whilst using Git. So, like, it's like making games now is even more like playing them, which I think is kind of what they were trying to get to in the first place. I mean, that's one of the main reasons I like doing this, is because, you know me, I always liked making like sci-fi shit and stuff, and it's just bolting things together, you know. Because let's face it, I was an adequate 3D artist, but I wasn't great at it, and I always preferred like smashing things together to make stuff. So, right, now I'm going to press this button and look at my new editor window, PIE. This should launch. Okay, so I can see these guys are working. What I'm going to need to do at some point soon is probably build it just to make sure. Also, if you have one blueprint, why not use it lots of times? So I'm going to take this. And duplicate it. Now then, -1 on that scale. Perfect. This is a good thing about my blueprints. I love reusability. I mean, to create this entire staircase was an absolute pain in the backside, but because I've created it inside of a blueprint, it's completely reusable for me, which really is the data. There we go. Yeah, it's you know, I liked your artwork, dude. I remember when you did 3D, but it's always the case. I think we doubt ourselves, and that's what causes the problems. I know I certainly did. Oh, congratulations, by the way, on the new baby coming, man. That's amazing news. I've seen the pictures Crystal's been posting up. Give her my congratulations as well. Oh, man. Name drop. Hey, no worries, man. Not a worry. Hey, man, that's really great. I remember, like, I mean, you guys have been together for so goddamn long. That's really cool. Oh, I bet. It's your first. It's going to be so cool, man. And I'm sure you're going to rock at it. I'm sure you'll absolutely rock at it. Now, let me see. I just need to find a thing here. It's, I remember when we had our first. Yeah, I remember, man. Crazy. Good times, though. God, I remember that time you gave me a hand and bailed me out because my car had been clamped and I didn't have a credit card in the UK that was able to cover the cost. That was crazy. Actually having to get my car unclamped by America. Jesus, I am such an irresponsible artist. Right, blueprint paint, systematic industrial catwalks. Yeah, man, that was cray. Good times, though. Now, let me have a look. I've duplicated this, and I think it should be on Cableway Island. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Thing is, at the time, I stopped driving in the end. I got fed up with it because, like, you know, the police were basically licking their lips every time I was going out. And it was getting to the point where it was like, well, I should probably just stop. I mean, I wasn't enjoying driving anymore in the UK. And, you know, the UK, it's bloody tiny. So it's not like, you know, it's much of an effort to get too many places. So there we go, about there. I don't think I've driven now actually in about 4 years. 3.5, something like that. It's been a while. I know it has been a while. Oh Christ, no! I've got to go and get that VCR from Ledgate, which is the next village down. It's I need the VCR because, oof, I'm transferring old family film of like the kids when they were all babies. I mean, my oldest now, she's 27. Christ, 27, yeah. And my youngest is 17. So there's like a 10-year difference between the two. And it's crazy, man. You know, bloody hell. I mean, I remember I used to have 5 of them living in the house at once. And now there's only 2 of them left. There's Thorn, who lives here because he's autistic. I think he's going to be here for a while, bless him. And then there's, I think these are a bit low actually. I'll tell them in a minute. They do, it's just, I need an actual VHS recorder because what I've got is, I've got one of these which basically plugs into it, which cost me all of £8, sorry. And then I'm picking up a VHS recorder. I mean, I could have done it using a VHS with a built-in hard disk drive. But the problem is, for some reason at the minute, I think because everyone's bored and stuck in their homes, I'm going to assume it is, they cost an awful lot of money. Because I used to have one and I got rid of it because I wasn't using it. And they're like £800 here now for a second-hand one. Which shows just how bored people are, I suppose. So, I decided, well, I'll just ask around if anyone's just got standard bloody VHS, you know. There we go. That should do it. Oh yeah, there is services, but the thing is, it's the volume, because you're paying per VHS cassette. So, you'll see this, you ready? There, that's how many I've got. It's the children's entire collection of like baby VHSs. I think there's about 40, 50 in there. I mean, I'm going to be, you know, spending a long time transferring these, I can tell. There we are. And, you know, I don't want to pay... I mean, I did consider just paying, like, exactly. I did consider paying, like, a lot of money to someone to do it. There was a service that did it locally in our local town. And I went to them with the bag and they're like, no one's ever bought us that many videos before. Yeah. Right, I'm going to select both of these and still a minor angle. There. And on this side as well. There we go. I mean, it's weird enough using like this kind of technology in the first place. I haven't even used a VHS in about 10 years. I don't think I can even remember how they work. Eesh. Is that mine? No, I thought that was someone coming to my gate, but no one visits me. I'm about as popular as, you know, Joe Biden in America at the moment. Look at that, bit of politics for you. Oh, you'll like that. I've pretty much given up on politics in the UK. Everyone complains no matter what's happening, so, and I'm not getting the taper lit underneath you about politics because I know that you love that. There we go. I'm going to adjust this. I'm always slightly surprised at how volatile, like, talking about politics with my American friends is. You know, it's like everyone seems to have an opinion, and you know that's cool because I think it's really important to be interested in politics, whichever side you're fighting from. I mean, Christ, I've got one of the guys on Facebook who I used to play Minecraft with is like the most terrifyingly socialist person I've ever seen in my life. I mean, don't get me wrong, Britain has a long history of socialism, as you probably know. I mean, obviously very different country to America in that respect, because we have a different democratic process. But kind of the very socialist posts I see from this guy, who lives in, I think, Wisconsin, are just like the most ridiculous things ever. it's like, holy shit. So, and I mean, you've got to understand that, like, as a kid, I was brought up with all of this, and it's like, because my dad was like very much a member of like the Socialist Labour Party and stuff like that. So I was always brought up with that around here, but it was a very different thing to the American the American idea of socialism and stuff. So like when you see this kind of radical socialism approaching in people and the rapidity of it, it's just absolutely nuts. Anyway, I'm not going to get you started on that because, you know, you go. Yeah, well, the Parliament meetings and the process of Parliament in the UK is actually quite interesting. What's quite nice is if ever you visit the UK, you can actually just go to the Houses of Parliament in the morning, I think around about 10 o'clock, and like sit in and watch. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's fascinating to watch. My mother's been down there to watch it a couple of times because she was so kind of entranced by the incredible old-fashioned banality of it. I mean, it is ran entirely by old-fashioned traditions and literally nothing else. There we go. I mean, I can understand in a lot of ways why America didn't adopt the same kind of democratic process we did, but at the same time, obviously, to us in the UK, the way the republic operates is kind of mysterious as well. So, okay, that looks okay. Let's have a look. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, that's basically the old-fashioned rules of the chamber. They're allowed to say certain things, but they can't say anything directly insulting. Whenever you speak in the Houses of Parliament, you don't talk to another person directly. What you have to do is you have to talk to the chair of the House, and you address the chair of the House while talking about stuff. And the rules are really, really very, very, very concrete. So you do get, it's been a while, but you get people that are like banned from being MPs for not following the rules, you know, like shouting something insulting at somebody or something like that. It's crazy times, but it's pretty good actually to watch. It's fun. None of us are exactly sure, you know, where our politicians come from. They seem to come out of some sort of expensive school for floppy-haired idiots, and you know, no matter which side they're on, really. I mean, the leader of our opposition party is a peer, which is basically a knight, Sir Keir Starmer, and everyone thinks he's an arsehole. And then the leader of the Conservative Party, obviously, is old floppy hair himself. Yeah, it's all debate based. Like all of British parliamentary procedure is based on basically arguing it in the House of Lords. What they do is they try and argue it in front of all those guys and occasional females in the thing to try and get the point across while everyone's shouting boo or hooray or whatever. And then they all have to go into the back room and they put their little it's old fashioned, so they put their little red or black balls inside a box to vote on what they're doing, you know, and then they count the balls and it's like, right, rules passed. It's like that episode of South Park where they're visiting the giant spider to decide the laws. It's just crazy. Right, I've got that in. Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, you can tune in if you I mean, you use a VPN anyway, I'm sure. If you just go to the bbc.co.uk website, you can access the parliamentary TV channel and just have fun watching it all day, every day. They go until like mad late at night because what happens is some of them will like basically try and slip laws through or, you know, add things to the law by doing a talk late at night because you've got to talk and you've got to address Parliament with like new laws that you want put through. And so you'll get people doing it at like 10 o'clock at night with like 3 other people there. Hey Thorn, how's it going, buddy? Did you get Unreal Engine downloaded?
It's all installed.
Excellent stuff. And have you got Quixel?
I don't know what that is.
Okay, go to quixel.com. I sent you some instructions on your thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one.
That's okay, go and get that, and then I'm going to send you some packs to download, okay? Good man.
Is there anything happening to do?
Probably not, because I don't know actually. Maybe.
There's something I wanted to do.
What's that?
I wanted to use a little bit of my money.
Go for it.
I wanted to go on a grocery shop.
Well, I'm doing the groceries this afternoon anyway.
That makes it easier then.
Hooray.
I was going to use some of my money to get some stuff in because the fridge is barren, so is the cupboard's
Yeah.
Nelly.
Well, I know what a snack monster you are, that's fine. Yeah, we'll go out and
Well, I
get some.
wanted beans and sausages as well.
It's all about beans and sausages. Yeah, no worries, I'll do that.
And drinks. What time do you plan on going?
Probably about 4.
Will chips still be open?
Probably. Okay. Could you grab me a glass of water, please? Thank you very much. Yeah, I see those kind of things occasionally, Ocknod. It's crazy, like filibustering and all that kind of thing. Like, you see the stuff going down, it's mad. Wow, really? That's absolutely crazy. Cheers, man. Once you start getting those installed, Thorn, if you, I'll show you what I'd like you to get started on as some practice stuff. Okay? Good man. Good man. We want us to learn Unreal Engine, bless him. Right, now, I want to make sure that this is building before I do anything else. Because this should have worked. In fact, I know what I'm going to do. Really? That's crazy. I don't know, it's politics is a weird thing. I mean, obviously the problem with politics is, as much as the benefit with politics, it's an old established system that gets built upon all the time. And so, obviously it's going to have a lot of very old-fashioned principles. I would, but how am I going to teach him something I don't know how to use myself, dude? It's like, yeah, I'm going to teach you Unity. Here's how you install Unity, here's how you uninstall Unity. I think they're the only two things I know how to do in it. Right, let's have a look. Quit. Yeah, you see, those three are pretty darned useful. Although, have you seen the, yeah, this is true. Me and rigging, man. I did eventually get the hang of rigging. It took long enough, Christ. What was I saying? Shit, I've forgotten. Oh yeah, did you see the start? That's it. No, it's gone. God knows how I managed that, but I've completely forgotten what I was talking about. Nice one. Yeah, yeah. MaxScript is really good for that sort of thing. The thing is, like, it used to be a good piece of software. It really did, and then it bloody wasn't. Recent levels. Start, day one example, main menu, edit, project settings. Right, let me have a look at maps. Okay, so we're starting in start, game default starting in main menu. So, go there. I want to make sure that this is, oops, shit, working. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I've been talking about OpenAI. I've been really getting into OpenAI recently because I really like OpenAI. So, I'll just double click on that. And OpenAI's now got this new tool where basically you can use verbose and it'll define code for it, which is a massive kind of help for absolute idiots like me. Here we go. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I've got a Playground account for OpenAI, and I like having to play around with it now and again. I actually used it. I built a OpenAI, I don't know what they call it, scriptlet, whatever. And what it does is it generates for me like notes for the game, because I realised I needed so many kind of background stories and so many notes that I was able to actually build a framework inside of OpenAI. And then what it does is it spits out pages and pages and pages of Lovecraft style like bits of story, just pages of it, one page of it, bit of a page of it, whatever. It's really very clever, and it means that I've got like filler content without having to spend a billion hours trying to write it all myself, you know. Right. Good. They are there. I don't know why my thing wasn't working, but at least it's working now. So file, recent, day level 1. But I mean, to show you, if I've got it, it'll be in my docs. I keep everything. Oh no, I've got mine really well filtered actually, not to swear at all, which is pretty darn helpful. Now, let me see. Loading, unloading, recipes, narrated script parts, wiki demos. God almighty, seeing this, these are all like things. No, I don't think it was narrated script parts. No, it would have been in August. I must have deleted the old thing if I wasn't using it. That's a ship. Never mind. But what that does is, if I click selected viewport, there it is. Everything like this is all created by the AI system, so that I didn't have to worry about backstory. I've just got like little kind of atmospheric fillers, which is a big help. I mean, some of it's like just Dick and Jane style stuff, but a lot of it is actually really very suitable, which is a big help. Right, I've built a new area, and I need... There, that will do. You're coming with me. So I'll hold shift. Whee! There we go. Yeah, man, it's groovy. It saves me a lot of time, which is the whole point, really, of AI. I know a lot of people are like, oh no, scary AI coming to take away our eyeballs. But with me, I was like, always really interested. The only problem I see with AI, especially this kind of learning AI model, which isn't really AI, is that I think I've only got like a very limited window in which I can do game dev, because I suspect that certainly game companies are going to be using AI more to do a lot more of the work and do it faster. I mean, I reckon they're going to be using, in a few years, probably AIs to develop ongoing kind of rolling stories for the games as a service thing. Now, it's not too difficult to do that, so I can definitely see it being implemented. There we go, and that goes there. Right. I suppose I better test and see if this jump's manageable, surely. Yeah, why not? I'm going to see if I can manage the jump. Playtest is all like, oh, can you be able to run for longer? And I'm pretty sure the idea of the game isn't to make things comfortable for you, but okay. Look at that. It's aggravating. Okay, so I found the spots here. Uh-oh. Nice. Okay, what I don't like, however, is that, because the heights are off. God damn it. I get so ATT with this, so... But I'm not going to have my bloody model not being in the right position, because that will infuriate me. There we are. Oh, look at that. It's so aggravating. Means I'm going to have to find something to go on there. Right, I'm in persistent level at the minute as well, which is no use. I want to be in Cableway Island. Because everything's streaming volumes to make my job easier. Like, everything is streaming volumes. Oh, have I got any small parts I can use for this? Nah, sod it. Let's put a cube in or something. Must be something I can put in this. Dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. Static mesh. I miss IRC as well, but I mean, I'm on Discord. You're always welcome to come by in Discord. It's not the same as, but I mean, I kept the IRC for Palace going for what? Must have been. Well, actually, yeah, I kept it going since 3D Waves closed down, so I kept it going 21 years or something. No, 20 years. 19, 20 years. A long time, anyway. But, I mean, I think I realised that, you know, in the last few years it wasn't going anywhere. I mean, we had Clam briefly turn up, and then he went. You know, and you know me, I always really liked Clam. He was a funny bugger. He lives in Kalamazoo, of all places. And I didn't hear from him for a while, back in about 2016. So I had to go and I got the local sheriff actually to go and check on him because he'd been down for a bit. I wanted to make sure he was okay. And that's a pretty cool thing. I didn't realise you could do that in America, just like phone up the... Oh yeah, it's the same protocols. Yeah, so I just kind of phoned up the sheriff, and the sheriff was like, yeah, sure, I'll go around and check on him. Because I explained that obviously I'm in the UK and therefore unable to kind of go over there and check on him myself. And he was just doing that thing we all do, where he was just taking some time off. Yeah, welfare checks are really handy. They don't really do them as much in the UK, which I've never fully understood. So, because I think they're a very, very good idea. What was interesting was, though, that when they went round and checked on him, I've always called him Clam. You know what IRC's like, you know, you always like refer to people by their online nicknames. And so, even though I'd known him for like 16 years, I had no idea what his real name was. You know, I always respected his privacy. But his name's actually like Tad Coyne, and which is the name of one of my favourite authors. And I'm like, wow, isn't that bizarre? Tad Coyne. Tad's such a cool name as well. I mean, in the UK, you know, you have an exciting name, you have to go off and sit in a special room. You're not allowed to stand out in the UK. They don't like people doing that. If you've got a personality, you know, you have to go to special re-education school. You have no imagination in the UK, though, and never have. Shit, glasses. I thought I moved these the other day. Why the heck didn't it commit? Let's check up here. Yeah, that's up there. Yeah, it's crazy. Well, I mean, the UK gets... To be honest, most of it's down to the... you know, the internet and everyone talking to each other more than they ever used to and stuff. That's the thing, you know, everything's politics, no matter what everyone says. It's impossible not to talk about politics, because politics is a fundamental underlying part of, like, you know, everything, really. So, when people say, oh no, don't talk about politics, you know, the only thing you can do is shut your mouth. And, I think the thing is, a lot of people are scared to engage and talk about, you know, politics, but it's about the only way you can get things done. Funny enough, our local, you know, we call them MPs here, Minister of Parliament. Our local MP, now this area up here has always been, oh, what do you call it? It's always been kind of socialist, left-wing Labour Party. Ever since they established this zone as like a voting area and stuff, like over 50 years ago. And then in the last election, because everyone was like real pissed off, for the first time ever, they voted off the Red Wall, and we got Conservatives. And so I thought, well, if we've got this as a Conservative guy in power now, I'll try out the bureaucracy trail, because like, there's always things I want repaired outside and stuff. So now, if there's anything wrong at all, I just, send an email over to our local MP. And what's surprising is that our local MP will then send me a letter from the Houses of Parliament saying, yep, I'll get onto this right away. And go and fix the road, or go and make sure the bins are getting emptied properly. Because they've never had this area before, they're really, really trying incredibly, incredibly hard to keep a hold of it, I think. And for me, it's great. They're out there picking litter or trying to reopen the train line. It's like, sure, you go, Minister. Right, I need to compile this into a new test. But before I do, I'm tempted to use. Yeah, I think that's because of the size of America, though, isn't it, Omar? I mean, the size of your states are enormous. They're bigger than our country. So I mean, we can ask our local MP, who, in our case, our local MP is managing Northwest Durham, which is not huge. I'll show you on a map actually. There we go. So, the Northwest Durham constituency map. Yeah, you can't take 10 seconds as truth. Right, so this doesn't look very big in the first place, but that's our MP's control area here, is where our MP is. And then if I come out onto maps.google, try and show you. So this is where I live, giving the game away here in the middle of nowhere. Now this area here, roughly, that I'm encircling, that is, the part that our MP takes care of. And as you can see, it's a tiny part of the United Kingdom. Absolutely tiny. So for us, it's obviously a lot easier for us to kind of write to our MP and say, our bins aren't being emptied properly, could you look into it? Whereas I suppose for you, I mean, you're down here in, not Arizona, you're in Texas, aren't you? There we are, Texas. For you, I mean, the governor of Texas presumably is running the whole of Texas. Yeah, absolutely crazy. I mean, this is what gets me, is that, people in England still don't understand, or in the UK certainly don't understand how small our country is, because we've always been told, our country is this massive colonial power and stuff. People just expect it to be huge, I think. And it isn't. Our actual island is teeny tiny. Right, let's have a look. Now I need to get a character into this, and it's bugging me. Because the old character I've been using I don't like, and I've been meaning to get it changed for a while. So, if I look at my character here, okay. Let's have a look in the viewport. I mean, I just don't like him very much. It's not his fault, it's just, I'm not fond of it. Yeah, I've got pen and paper somewhere. Let me see, hang on. What'll do? Yeah, I've got pen and paper, dude. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm going to do. I also want to do some tests, but I'm going to do them not in this current project. So I'm just going to commit with all the stuff I've got working now. And then once I've committed this, I am going to open up a sub-project. So, submit files, change list description. Changes to the walkway yard gondola, as well as minor fixes to the storyline triggers to make this. There we go. Yeah, I agree. I'll show you this actually, you'll like this. Hang on, I don't know if it's in this one. This is the entire, all the pages are loaded with exactly what you're talking about. I don't know if my big notebook's around here, but Amanda now, God bless her, she's lovely. Because I take so many notes, she actually buys me these like leather bound, handmade notebooks that I can take around with me, with like handmade paper in, which is really, really cool. Oh my God, they are, because if you keep notes you remember. You don't remember otherwise. I mean, if I look down here, ooh, where is it? There it is. Oh. Yeah, I've got loads of these, like different kinds of notebooks, and all of them are like just filled with schemas and plans and yeah, man, they're excellent. But this thing, man, this is so nice. I mean, look at it. Good plan, man. We've still got all our original baby name books down. Well, they're up in the attic now. But we always used to have a book for Amanda to work out, because Amanda always got to choose. She'd work out what the baby names were going to be, and so for each of the kids, we can go back and we can see what all the different options were going to be, which is kind of cool. And we've also got, I'm sure you'll get one yourself, one of those little books that you kind of store all the baby's first achievements in. So all 5 of ours have got their little achievement book where it's like first tooth, first word, first time they filled their nappy, etc., etc., or diaper. Sorry. It's a really cool part of it, because of course years down the line, I thought, wow, I wonder if they'll be interested. Of course they're interested. Kids love looking at things about themselves. That's one of the reasons why I'm converting all these bloody VHS cassettes. I mean, I don't even know what's on most of these. Oh yeah, they're always interested in your choices, but you don't get full vote. Baby's in my tummy, that's what they say. Alright, so here's Tabitha's 2nd birthday from 25 years ago. My son Thorn, aged 6 months. And a visit to Great Yarmouth back in 1996. Bloody hell. It really is a good idea, you're not wrong. Oh, and something called Dog Disasters. I'm really quite curious to see what's on these, because they've been so long. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I mean, technology now is stable enough to do that. I think email was still in its infancy when Tabitha was born. So I remember thinking at the time, like, is it going to be a flash in the pan? But yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea. Link PayPal to it and just stick like $5 in it every week as well. Give them like a wee investment, Well, not PayPal, Bitcoin, who knows? Oh, what the flip was I doing? Oh yeah, here we go. Close that down. I think that's a really good idea though. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Load. Why aren't you loading? Where are you? Ah, there you are. Right, so I need to go into horror mechanics. I'm genuinely curious as to whether or not I can make this work. Hope I can. Sure I can. I've never actually used the metahumans inside of UE yet, like properly, so I do have a metahuman here created. So I'll just get it loading up and we'll have a look at it. Metahumans is great, really, really cool. Right. Hello. Right, so let's have a look. if I go into here, blueprints, should be onto the character somewhere. I think that's a very good idea actually though. Right, here we are. SK player character, CH player character, blueprint class. Yeah, that looks like it. So what I want is, I want this to be in that. Dude, where's your beard gone? Ah! He turns into a member of the village people. Wow, the LODs on this are not cool. I can have a look simply because I've got 8 screens. Oh, sweet. Right, I've got Zeke on my list because I'm not going to be able to stream it and stream at the same time. But I am due to. Yeah, man, I'm going to add him to my thing. I'm going to have a look at that because that looks cool. I don't think I'll be able to watch it and stream at the same time because my computer's kind of asking me what I'm doing here. But that looks cool actually, so yeah, I'll definitely give that a go. Oh, that bloody thing, look at that. So horrible. So horrible. Right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get myself some lunch because it's 12:30 now. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to add him to my twitchy, witchy, watchy, scotchy, thingy bobby thing. Hang on. Yeah, just get on. Oh. No, click a follow on him. That well. No. There we go. Nah, no worries, man. Okay, I am going to go and get some lunch, so I'm going to stop my stream because I've been here for an hour exactly, bloody hellfire. So I'm going to take my leave, Ock, but hopefully I'll be able to catch you on another one of my streams soon because it's been really cool catching up with you. And again, give my regards to Crystal and congratulations on the baby, my dude. I can totally understand that. It is a good Twitch emote. Well, yeah. Oh, I can't believe how bad the bloody LODs are on this. Lord. I'll catch you later on, man. You take it easy. Hey, man.